Hello and welcome to Community Reports. I am Dari Ido. Compliments of the season to you all. 2022 has been an interesting year. We've brought you stories of resilience and camaraderie where individuals, communities built from ground up. From businesses, shelter to road infrastructure, communities across the country have one unique story or the other to tell. On this episode of the program, we have put together the finest of these stories where people defy the odds to continue building in the face of surmounting challenges. It is not your average neighborhood, but those who live there say, don't just get carried away, only by what you see. The peninsula is approximately 70 to 80 kilometers long with an average width of 10 kilometers. Lekki currently houses several gated residential developments. Parts of the Lekki Peninsula was formerly known as Maroko, a slum, before it was destroyed by the Rajurasaki-led Lagos State military government. Victoria Island on the west, Ikoyi district of Lagos with the Atlantic Ocean to the south. Lekki appears to be one of the well-planned and well-mapped-out residential neighborhoods in Lagos, located in Etiosa local government. Lekki is one of the upscale communities developed by the military. The community is demarcated and are marked in zones.
Lekki is so organized to the extent that we have a policy handbook that was handed over to us by His Excellency Governor Babatunde Raji Fashola SAN. It is called Policy Handbook on Lekki Peninsula Scheme 1 Residential Association. For example, in Zone 1, it is bounded by the Lagos Lagoon. On the northern side, Oluwole Cole, Onitire, at the southwest end, through Adenibewale, Ajibode, and Babatunde, and just part to the end of Freedom Way by the housing estates. We also have Zone 2, bounded by the lagoon to the west, Admiralty Way at the southern end, part of Freedom Way at the eastern end, Olawale Cole, Onitiri through parts of Fatai, Idowu, Arobieke to the north and northeastern side.
The properties in Lekki are expensive and are also in high demand. The heavy commercial activities in Lagos are gradually creeping into many zones of the community. Initially designed to be residential, the neighborhood plays host to popular restaurants, shopping malls, plazas, boutiques, hotels, and many more. Because of the serene environment and the less congestion it offers, those who love to burn calories and keep fit find Lekki roads suitable for their fitness routines, especially early in the morning and late in the evenings. A member of the Resident Association, Malaki Ezioke, says the community is not what it used to be.
Lekki is a coastal community. You can see us, we are by the water, and it's one of the highbrow estates you have in Lagos. And its uniqueness is its location. It has this serenity, it has its coolness, and it has its ambience. But our most people enjoy here mostly is that we are like a sports community. A lot of people come here in the evenings and on weekends to jog because of the peace and tranquility you have around here. Our bridge, the Lekki, the bridge that connects the Lekki Ikoyi, is like a popular landmark. You have seen famous people coming to jog there, and you have a lot of jogging clubs and jogging groups that are operating here. It's because of the peace and quiet. Even along our Dugo Simi to Hacking Dixon and the bridge, and then on our street. If you come here in the evenings and in the weekends, it's just like everybody is exercising one way or the other. But these things that we enjoy so much, that have become part of our lives, are being hampered now by a lot of miscreants coming and invading our society and our estate. We have a lot of miscreants that come in here and they hang around in the uncompleted buildings and in the abandoned projects around here, and they cause a lot of havoc. So we, the Lekki Residents Association, is crying out to the government to help us to curb the menace of these people that are coming in here to harass.
For fishery, piggery, or any other livestock farming, the cluster system has proven to be sustainable. Brought together by a common business goal, the farmers share ideas and create new opportunities among themselves. Farming in clusters is an economically viable practice to sustain small limited resource and socially disadvantaged farmers. The major goal is to improve agriculture and reduce poverty with socio-economic approach to empower local farmers and their families. Arepo Pig Farm prides itself as the largest pig farm in West Africa, with about 3,000 farmers, over 240,000 pigs, and annual pork production of about 576,000 tons. The farm settlement sits on 33,000 hectares of land.
Well, the farm is actually structured in a way it's been owned and run by the ministry, Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture. We have our cooperatives here in the farm. At presently now we have 17 cooperatives here in Okearu New Farm. We equally have cooperative as well at the Old Farm. It's all it takes for you to come to the farm. You register with any of the cooperatives that you feel you want to belong to. You register with the union, and you are a farmer. Once you've done your registration, you are a farmer.
In the business, I believe pig farming is a very lucrative business, and it's a kind of business that even the country can rely on, because pig is very, very productive. And there are various aspects of pig farming that you can do, like some people do breeding, some do buying and selling, some do fattening. So it depends any aspect your interest lies that you do. For me, I do more of buying and selling. People breed, I buy, I rear for some time, I sell for people that will do fattening. I didn't do much of breeding. And it's very good, very lucrative, very successful. I've been in the business for more than 2 years now, and to God be the glory. I choose this business for convenience, for peace of mind, because it's a business I can do. I don't have to be there 24/7, and I can monitor my business even from the comfort of my home. Yes, I have attendants that while I'm not in the farm, I call them what is happening. If any of my animals fall sick that I need to be treated, I call on my doctors. They attend to them. If it is the feed, I get people that are bringing the feed to the farm. I can transfer money to their account. My carriers will carry the feed into my farm. My attendant will feed them. Once my animals are okay, I don't have any problem.
Production of palm oil, which is used for cooking and found in products ranging from toothpaste to soap. In 2019, the Nigerian government unveiled a $500 million plan to increase funding to Nigerian producers through low-interest loans. The aim was to raise domestic output by 700% by 2027. But how much of this funding is trickling down to smallholder farmers? Nigeria is increasing its output on the product. Domestic palm oil production grew from 1.03 million tons in 2017-2018 to 1.26 million tons in 2020-2021. And that's according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The USDA projects it will increase to 1.4 million tons by 2022. Nigeria remains at the 5th spot on the producers' table, right behind Colombia. According to the World Bank, Nigeria is the largest consumer of palm oil in Africa, consuming approximately 3 million metric tons of fats and oils in 2018, with palm oil accounting for 44.7%. Little wonder why the country is struggling to meet its local needs. Demand for palm oil outweighs supply, and to close this gap, more deliberate efforts are expected from all players in the sector. Now, what are the processes and stages of palm oil production? It begins with palm oil seeds, as oil palms have a productive life of 25 to 30 years. The seeds are planted and tended in a nursery after 30 months. They are also considered mature and are ready for their first harvest.
This one is ripe, and the fruit is very nice.
The harvested fresh fruit bunches are transported in trucks from the plantations to the mills, where they are steamed. The pressing and squeezing comes next. It is then transferred to a refinery where it's processed into edible cooking oil. There is a 3,000-hectare of oil palm plantation and processing plants in Delta State, an initiative of the government to boost agriculture in the state.
There is no doubt that that is a very wonderful initiative. And you have heard even the federal government says we have to diversify our economy. The crude oil is not going to stay there forever. The prices are very volatile. Like you now know that the prices of crude oil have gone down to almost $33 or lower a barrel.
We are providing the right quality seed. The seed that we provide now, for instance, can mature in 2.5 years. It does, in the first 1 year of harvest, you can get as much as 8 tons per hectare of fruits. And you can actually drive that to about 25 tons in about 8 years of production per hectare. We also train farmers. Then we now, for very small scale farmers, we fabricate equipment for them to process.
The federal government holds the control over the issues of arms and ammunition, as well as the deployment of such for use by all arms-bearing security agencies, such as the Nigerian Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and the Nigerian Police Force. The police are set for them to attain the United Nations ratio requirement of 1 police officer to 400 citizens of a country. The police force need to recruit more to secure approximately 182 million Nigerians. But as researchers at the University of Wales put it, Nigerian society is over-policed and under-secured. The continued rise in insecurity is why many communities are left with no choice than seeking an alternative to securing lives and property. And that's where vigilante groups come in. These groups are security outfits, mostly occupied by the youths of the community. The idea is born out of the communal consensus for self-defense and the push to fight crime. Vigilante groups are largely informal and composed of volunteers, funded through communal contributions. The control of these arrangements are domiciled with the traditional institutions or community leaders. Rural communities have for years depended on this self-help solution. Meanwhile, because local communities in urban settings also face a level of security challenge, they've also keyed into the system. In Lagos, there are several security arrangements, some are state-sponsored. Lagos Naval Safety Corps, a community-based uniform security agency established by a law of the Lagos State House of Assembly in 2016 to assist the police and other security agencies to maintain law and order in the state. The responsibilities are, but not limited to, gathering information about crimes, suspicious activities, undertaking routine motorized patrol day and night, contributing to maintaining community peace. Even with these arrangements, the complexity and uniqueness of some communities have led to the establishment of tailor-made outfits to fight crime. Isheri, a boundary community between Lagos and Ogun State along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, has its peculiar challenges. We visited the Palace of the King in Isheri Olofin, who speaks about their own security arrangements.
The Isheri was dispersal points for other Warri towns in Lagos and some parts of Ogun. So we have had this ancient ways of communicating within ourselves. We have the chiefs and we have the Ologbonis. So the Ologbonis are actually the people who enforce our laws within the town, as laid down since the 1400s when Isheri was founded. So we have this specific way of dealing with problems in our town. So we gather information through our people. Once anything happens, the first point of call is to go to the Akpeno. The Arepo then brings the matter to me. Then we'll call all the old chiefs and we'll decide on which way to go. And if it's an information that we need to forward to the security agencies, we do that as soon as possible so as to foresaw challenges. Because if you look at our own specific area, we have the largest cattle market in the southwest here. So, and that's to tell you that we have a whole lot of people from the northern part of Nigeria and people that speak different languages, and it's a very big commercial business. So we have to be on our toes. We have to try and stem whatever is happening between the Yorubas and the Hausas, any type of issue brewing up. We are able to nip it in the bud before it becomes, or before it escalates into something else.
Arepo is a suburb in Obafemi Owode local government area of Ogun State. It is one of the neighborhoods of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Predominantly residential, but new businesses like hotels, shopping centers, central markets, and other businesses are springing up. Victor Olajide has spent close to 4 decades in Arepo. He talks about the evolution and the origin of the community he knows so well.
Well, according to historical facts, the name Arepo is coined from a man called Seidu. His name is Seidu. He's an Egyptian man. He came in through the Gong people. They gave him a portion of land to farm. So he's used to using palm oil to fight his cutlass. Meanwhile, Egba people are used to using water to fight their cutlass. So they now call him Arepo. Arepo Ponda. That is what is shortened to Arepo. When people are coming to this side, that time there was no Lagos-Ibadan Express. If you are going to Lagos, you have to pass through Gong. Gong happens to be the capital of the entire smaller communities. So if you are coming to Arepo, they say, oh, you are going to Arepo's town or Arepo village. It used to be known as Sikundemi because it was very far away from civilization then. So that if somebody dies, just bury the person. Don't wait for me. Sikundemi. But later, Seidu now became Arepo. We still have children of Seidu in Arepo living comfortably there.
He speaks about the prospects of running a business in Arepo.
I can say the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway played a large part in opening up Arepo. When the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway was opened, other communities like Ibafo, Mowe opened up very fast. So Arepo was like kept away inside the jungle. Now I've been here now for over 35 years. I have my first wife here, a native, and my first child is about 33 years old. So you can just imagine that. Then it was a very, very deep forest. We have just like 35 buildings, mud houses then, you know. After the expansion of Lagos, you know, Lagos is being filled up on a daily basis. So people came to this side to buy cheap land. They got land in Ibafo, Mowe. So after a while, I, in conjunction with my people, I was the secretary to the Baale, then who is now the Oba, for many years. So we started modern approach to developing the environment. You know, OPIC 2 came, so but we were able to negotiate with OPIC. You know, so we have most of our community intact with less invasion by government. And I play a major role in the evolution. Like the design of the layouts, I did it, even though I'm not an engineer. I just use the local, you know, to do it. Then with cooperation of the Baale in council then, we brought in electricity by ourselves. Then we sold land to educated people. Majority of landlords in Arepo are educated. I can tell you about 90% of Arepo landlords are well-to-do individuals in their own rights. When they came in, most of them were just like 20-year-old then. I mean, so many of them are having gray hairs now because we too were young then.
When we came here and we see that the place is picking up, our neighbors have started coming. We now decided to move in and join them, and it has been so wonderful.
The community is also big on self-help and community efforts. From road to security, they have embarked on projects to solve some of their long-standing problems. And that's our show for today, everyone. If you miss any part of it, you can watch it on our YouTube channel. You can also follow the conversation on our social media platforms displayed on the screen. Thank you very much for watching. I am Arepo. See you next time, and bye for now.